Awesome. All right, very good. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Lauren, I'm so excited to just collaborate with both of our teams tonight. And I'll tell you, there's exciting things underway. My friend, did an amazing job at you all. I want you to I just want to honor Lauren and also Holly Kirsch. Both of them were asked to speak at our Global Top Achievers Summit. We are going to Miami for Global Top Achievers this year, but we did a virtual summit with David Wood and the Cougars. It was extraordinary. People really appreciated and got value, but a huge part of what people have said is the best part of it were keynote deliveries from both of these ladies. So I just want to honor you both. Thank you so much for contributing. As we're recognizing people, I have a lot of people on my list that are going to get recognized tonight. It's very exciting what's happening across these teams, guys. And I also want to let you know, one of the people we're going to be recognizing is also someone who's going to be sharing a little bit tonight, Janelle Kelly. So Dreamers in Action, guys, incredible. Major runs the last couple of weeks. You had new rank advancements. Hannah Grenz and Lindsay Wagner, I want to congratulate both of you on reaching what some people will tell you is the most important rank in this company, consultant. Top enrollers, look at these winners: Jenny Thompson, Angela Godberg, Kathy Drenick, Lindsay Wagner, Charlene Lucero, Hannah Grenz, Sherry Malanga, Marcy McDaniel, Laura Laurie, Emily Southern, Julie Wyckoff, Brenda Corona. I want to honor the Dreamers because I see there have people that are just like, hey, I will make your list every single week. Rock it. There are new leaders emerging, and there are people who said, you know what? Let me get on that list. I've been here for a while, but it's my time. And so I want to honor each of you. Incredible work, incredible week. For Team Win, Crystal Manager Tanya Sellers, way to go. Manager Lynn Gregg. Top enrollers Nikki Rempel, Janelle Kelly. I want to honor, we're going to hear from Janelle Kelly, guys. She had 8 enrollments, 8. She's going to tell us, but it had over $900 and some in double PIBs. Katie Flanagan, Erica Rothenberger, Shannon Wisely, Jennifer Borndahl, Deb King, Jen Bendowski, Kim Graham, Chelsea Noble, Danielle Verwey, Holly Kirsch, Ann White, Summer Meyer, Kimberly Paulson, Charles Lee Allen, Michelle Brocky, Rosanna Jimenez, Shani Novak. All 3 to 12 enrollments. Absolutely remarkable, guys. And I want to completely honor you and all the work that you put into growing this team, your team, and impacting people. With that, I want to introduce you to someone who has made some serious declarations. And I want to honor, and I was talking to someone about her, they said, gosh, I've always looked at her and thought she's an OG, an original gangster, an old gangster, whatever you want to say OG stands for. It means she's been around for a while. And I'm going to let her share a little bit of this. But Janelle Kelly, do I see you? I want to let you unmute yourself. There she is. Janelle, I'm going to ask you to unmute. And I want to just honor the fact that Janelle is not only by trade a nurse, she also has been a director, manager, supervisor of many, many nurses, run hospitals, been part of extraordinary medical efforts and interventions. And she does so much in that world, but she also came into Isagenix as a massive skeptic. Janelle, do you mind just giving people a little bit of your background?
No, thank you so much, Jess. I love you pieces. Guys, I'm so excited to share with you like what's happening for me and my business right now, because I did come in a massive skeptic. It was 6 months of a nurse that was trying to share with me, Isagenix and what was right here. And it was something I had been looking for literally 2 years, and I wasn't hearing it. I wasn't seeing it. I was so busy being tired and overworked and feeling like crap to even hear what she was saying. And then I called her to ask her, hey, I've been taking a look at that stuff you're using. I see it on Amazon. What should I buy? I was that girl, right? Can you imagine? She's trying to reach out to me for 6 months, and I call her about Amazon, and she was like, no. And, I got started, and I was going to, I didn't want to waste my money. And I was like, had that poor attitude, and I wasn't opening my box when it arrived. And so it started that way. And then a couple weeks in, everything changed. This time 10 years ago, I was laying paralyzed in a hospital bed, trying to fight back for my health and being told that I wouldn't walk again and I wouldn't have my life back. And so you can imagine that was like massive chaos. And for 5 years, I had been trying to really recover my body. Well, guess what did it? I put these products in and everything changed. everything changed, right? So 2 weeks later, I was like, Erin, what is this stuff? Who are these people? And can I can make money from this? Because I've been looking for a new job for 2 years, right? Like another way. I didn't want to go back to college. I didn't want to move up. I didn't want to move down. And so I literally stepped into my manager's office 2 weeks after that. And I said, I need to step down. I have a business to build. And here I am 4.5 years later, and now like I hit executive in the first year. I hit it and I fell out probably as like within a blink of an eye, right? And it was like, okay, but I saw what was possible, but I was stopping myself and I didn't know why. So I got curious about that. And when I got curious about that, my whole world changed. And David T.S. Wood stepped into my life in that first year of Isagenix. And I can't wait for these events to come back because guys, like that weekend with him changed everything for me. It changed my mindset. It changed my outlook. It broke down walls that were built up for so many years, and it changed what was possible. And from there, I just went deep into self-development, and I always stayed plugged in. I was always on these calls. I always showed up to events. I always brought somebody new with me. And I just never doubted that like I will build a massive business with this company. It was just a matter of me becoming who I needed to be in order to support other people, because everything I've done and everything I've learned has come from the events, from the people on stage, from plugging into these calls, from doing the trainings like Lauren, even things that you said Monday night's call got me to 2-star last week because you shared something that I was like, and I caught it. And I thought, I'm going to do that because I can't get it without doing that. Right. So like every time you show up and plug in, that's going to get you where you want to go. Right. So every time that something doesn't go maybe how you think it should have looked, just keep going, right? It's that whole, you'll see it all the time in my Facebook stuff. Just keep going. Who you become on the other side is amazing. What's going to happen is amazing. So, and it happened last week, like yet again, but that didn't really start last week. It really started when I went to New Jersey, right? To, I can't even lie, right? To Celebration. And I went there with an intention. I was very intentional and I knew who I wanted to talk to and I knew the conversations I wanted to have. And I had specific questions for Ann White and I had specific questions for Erica Rothenberger, right? And I had specific questions for, who else did I talk to? I had like 2 other conversations, but I went with specific questions and I went to Jess with specific declarations. And I said, okay, what do I need to do? And Jess said, well, go do this. Right. So go hit 4-star, don't fall out of executive, make this happen. And I said, okay. So well, if I got to 4, I got to hit 2 again. Right. So let me do that. And I decided, and I put it in a thread and I asked everybody like, guys, what are your goals? I was all pumped up. I was like, what are you going to do? I'm going to hit 2-star. Nobody replied. It was okay. Like maybe everybody else wasn't in that same space I was in. It didn't stop me though, and then just being live every night last week. Except for Tuesday, because Erica went live and I played her live, and like just reaching out to the team and like knowing that I had a team that was willing to shift their schedules to make sure that they could be on my live with me because they felt that energy, right? And to call up people on my team and to have the beautiful Adrienne who just hit Crystal Consultant, who her and her mom got on and did a live and they've never gone live. Like, and it was like we had the best time. And so I've learned in life that you are the context for the content that shows up, right? So it's be, do, have. Like you have to be it first. And then you get to do like what it is you need to do. And then you get to have it, right? So when you can live from that space and when you can live knowing that you create it all, like there's no circumstances. There's circumstances. You can let circumstances run your life, or you can declare things and believe it without a shadow of a doubt. Because if you could see my volume and you could see like my team's amazing and magnificent, but we're just growing now, right? You would look at that and go, how the heck is she going to hit 2-star? Like, I didn't know either. I literally said, God, I want to hit 2-star this week. Can we make it happen? And God said, yeah. And I said, okay. And I was like, how are you going to do it? I'm like, we got in a miracle. I was like, and it happened, and it actually hit over 20 cycles. So it was beautiful with 15 on screen, and just a few to spare. So it was like, if I could do this, anyone can do it, but it's a matter of just showing up over and over and becoming who you need to become and getting out of your way. Like and then the universe opens up for you, right? We watch it all the time with our top leaders, and I understand now what they know and how they got there, right? So reach out to everyone and just ask questions and just do the do and plug in and listen. So Lauren, thank you for sharing how when you do your push week, you reach out to the people who their auto ship orders were actually this week, right? But I called every single one of them and I said, hey, can you move your order up? Can you order it this weekend? Because when you do, you're going to cycle. And so is everyone on the team. And they got excited about that. And it's amazing. Like I was a little nervous. Like I was like, that's not really right. Should I call them? Should I ask them? Whatever. So I did it. And everybody was so willing to do it. Like you got to ask people. Like you never know unless you ask. And they were excited to do it. And reaching down to people who, said before that they wanted the business, but weren't quite doing the do. So who could I be and how can I motivate them to do it? And then having my whole team doing, like, we did opportunity calls all week. I did 8 of them last week. Like it was amazing. Like they're doing it more and more.
So Janelle, I want to there's a couple things that you've noted and that you haven't noted that I want to just make sure we focus on.
Yeah.
I last screenshotted it. You had $840 in double PIBs. Is that what you ended up with? Did you probably put more?
It was 495. So I think it's 890, right?
890.
890, then 800 because it's 15 cycles, and then 1,000 for the thing. So I had like a $2,700 week, like amazing.
$27 week, but you had a ton of enrollments. So you didn't just
I don't
ask
even
your
know
team to show up. You showed up hugely. So that's the first thing that I want to honor you is you went on a grow week and you grew yourself.
Yeah.
You just, I'm going to break every barrier. And you also really, you said something to me that really, I think was the number one reason for this hitting this is that you got really obsessed with getting everyone to cycle. And you got so excited when you're like, look at this person. They cycled once. This person cycled twice. This person only have ever cycled twice. We're going to get them to 3 cycles.
Yeah.
And so it's what Janie told me. She said, and I want to share this with you guys. She said, if you want to see your income grow, stop looking at your own cycles and get ridiculously obsessed with other people earning. Ridiculously obsessed. Brandy Brokaw and I did a call the other day with someone and she said, Jessica, I don't think you've let me leave $1 on the table. And guys, when Janie told me to get ridiculously obsessed, I'm pouring through. Erica Rothenberger yesterday sending me note after note to say, like, look at this person. They need one more this and they can hit this. Look at this. How many shares in the manager pool you think this person can grab? And she's literally combing through. You want to know why those people are our top income earners? Because they're insanely obsessed with what people are earning. And Janelle, I want to just honor that. That was what you told me. You said, I'm so obsessed with my people cycling. And so I
honestly, Jess, I don't even know how many enrollments how many enrollments did I have last week? I don't even know. I said to Jess, I honestly don't even know my LIA number right now for last week.
I'm going to say just for math, just like simple math purposes, guys, I'm going to say that Janelle had, let's just figure 17. I didn't look at the report, but I can probably find it. But I'm going to say in between 15 to 20. Sound right?
That's easy. I don't know. I have no idea.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
Worked tirelessly, had so much fun, made it fun. And when you're in that kind of, this is what Holly Kirsch and I were on the phone the other day. And Holly, didn't I say to you, when you're in that kind of magnetism, lean in. When I find one person, so you guys know I'm building a reentry, and I shared this with a couple of people today, but I'm building right along with you from jump, right? I hit consultant and I clap for myself, and I hit crystal manager, I clap for myself. And I told these ladies, I'm going to hit crystal director probably by tomorrow morning. And I'm so in it. And I'm back in the trenches with you guys, and I'm building brand new. I got to go find new people, but here's what I know. I found a couple people that I was like, wow, this person could be great. This person could be awesome. And a lot of times your instinct is to be like, let me go and work just with this person. And I'm going to get you there. Love you. I'm going to give you all the details. I'm going to equip you and arm you. And I'm going to message you 50,000 messages so you can really be armored up. But I have to tell you, the magnetism, leaning in, when you're in that state, people are here. I just said to somebody earlier, my son dragged me to this lifeguard invitational, and I met the most incredible moms who live on my island. I've never met anyone in this whole group before. And I met all these moms, and I'm sitting there talking to the one, and she was starting to tell me a little about her life. And she said, oh, what do you do that you're able to be here all summer? And I said, I teach people how to make money online. And I teach them how to get access to the most incredible product I've ever used in my life. It's a market disruptor, collagen. And she goes, wait a second, we were meant to meet. We were absolutely meant to meet. I've been looking so desperately for something that I could do to earn extra income going through this divorce. And I was like, do you want to be my sixth consultant for Crystal Director? I'm going to get ridiculously obsessed with your success. And so I just want to encourage you that what Janelle's doing there, to enroll 15 to 20 people, she didn't just enroll 2 or 3 and then say, let me rely on my team. Let me go just, make these people, like, manage them. She did both concurrently. She said, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. Watch. You want to go to the moon. You want to go to 2-star. But what I want to talk about on this call, and Janelle, I want to honor you that you're an incredible leader. I can't wait to be with you at the executive leadership retreat.
Oh, so excited.
You were already qualified, but now you're qualified. You're doubly qualified. You're fully qualified. And I'm so excited to be there with you. And I just want to show what Janelle did was so possible. And so we have until September 30th on Team Win to get qualified for our executive leadership retreat. I know Lauren's doing things a little differently for the Dreamers team, but if you're part of Team Win, you have until September 30th. What Janelle did, Crystal Executive, 20 cycles, 2-star, get it through Ghost. You don't have to hit it on the screen. You just have to hit 2-star, and you can do that in a multitude of ways. We can help you get there. But I will tell you, all boats rise with the tide. Janelle, thank you for showing this team, this organization, this company that it's possible. It's possible. If it's possible for Janelle, and it's possible for Deb and Katie and Danielle and Anna, if it's possible for them, it is possible for you. Janelle, you got a lot of kudos. I know everyone, on our team, but across this company, I know everyone honors you. We're so grateful for you going in that direction, showing people what is possible. So thank you. What I want to talk about on this call really is so perfect that Janelle shared that, because one of the things she does best is she speaks things that she wants into existence. And I know that there's something that has guided my life. It's so much changed me. If you've written me and said something to me that is not what you want to paint into your future, and I've told you, please don't talk to me like that. Never use that. I'll wash your mouth out with soap, my friend, because I want more for you. It's this: what comes out of your mouth comes into your life. And Janelle, you're a perfect example. What comes out of your mouth comes into your life. One thing I will say that my parents gave me is an excellent money mindset, but many people, and I honor you, but many people did not have that. My parents did not have a lot of money, but I didn't realize that until I was an adult. And I honestly was looking at this money exercises that we had done with David T.S. Wood, ironically, that we talked about him, but there's some exercises that we've done with him and some other people, and I sort of collaborated this, and I hope you have a pen and paper, because I really want to talk a little bit about, I'm going to give you the most abbreviated course on money mindset, because changing your view of money, not just money in general, but you being massively blessed with money. I want to tell you, anyone who told you that money is bad, money is the root of all evil, has never watched the blessings of what money can do. And I truly, truly believe that. But the first thing that people look at, if you read The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and I recommend it, I don't care if you read it years ago, please read it again, listen to it on Audible, look at Anne, had it right at her fingertips. It changed my life. Besides, excuse me, your life is waiting, the 4 agreements, how to win friends and influence people, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind was a book that I read. It was one of the first books I ever read when I came into Isagenix. It changed my life. But one of the things that I want you to think about is that you have beliefs, deep-rooted beliefs about money. And a lot of them, guys, came from the people who influenced us when we were young. And I was thinking about it because one of the parts of this exercise is to write down 5 things that your parents or some other adult figure told you about money. I'll give you an example. So my mom, one of the things that I always tell my mom, I thank her for this all the time. If we were going anywhere, she would always make me feel so okay with not being such a meticulous packer. And she would say, if we don't have it, if we don't bring it, we'll get it when we get there. We'll buy it when we get there. And so it just always made me feel so free to not be so stressed out about it. She would tell me, que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. She would say, my parents not only said, but also modeled to give generously, probably more than they ever should. They probably should have, but if you were an accountant, you would have probably said probably not a good idea, but my father would give someone the shirt off of his back, the last dollar in his wallet. They modeled give generously. But they also would say, I wrote down something that's so vile and inappropriate that my dad would say people with money could be an expletive. I remember my dad like kind of giving me the impression that some people that had money could like take advantage of people who didn't have money. And that's a money mindset, right? And I'm not, my father's deceased, but I can be honest about like where that kind of plugged into me. Like, oh, I don't want anyone to know that we have money because they'll think we're jerks. They'll think we're going to take advantage of them. I know that they would say, don't let people with money take advantage of you. Don't let them get better positioned if someone has more money. So I'm being vulnerable with you to tell you like, these are some of my money beliefs. And I want you to just take some time, and we can do it right now, but just think about what you heard about money. Some people, I hear people in Target all the time telling their kids money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. And I want to just grab them and say, please, please, please tell them that we're not going to buy that today because we don't need it, but don't tell them we can't afford it or money doesn't grow on trees. And I just like cringe when I hear that, but maybe you heard that as a kid, and just think about that. Because honestly, reprogramming some of those beliefs, because that's not true. Money's unlimited resource. There's money everywhere. There's an unlimited amount. The money that Stephanie has doesn't borrow from the money that Kathy will get. Just like Holly's success doesn't change the amount of success that is possible for Mindy. It's not, these are unlimited resources. You have an untapped well of opportunity. And so some of these beliefs we want to rewrite, but I want you to just think about things that as a child, you remember hearing about money. And if there's anybody who's willing to share, chat, and just for positive or negative, I'd love to hear just what you've seen. So somebody's saying, my mother said you can easily spend more than you make, so be careful. That's huge. That's a belief about money that really shapes people. Thank you for being vulnerable. Money doesn't grow on trees. We also heard, turn off the light, stop being wasteful. When it runs out, it runs out. My family always said money doesn't grow on trees. I remember I had a manager that told me that at some point this train will end. And we were on a great run. We were selling, everybody said yes, and it was awesome. And every light was turning green and the company was exploding. And he said, just remember, at some point this train will end. And I remember, guys, it was an unbelievable shift in my confidence and in my momentum. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm waiting for that train to end. And honestly, I have now said, we've proven, guys, that the train doesn't have to end. The train just keeps on going. Look at Ann White. She just keeps on going. This train doesn't have to end. That was ridiculous. That wasn't true. Don't spend beyond your means. Don't splurge on material things. We don't have enough. And I love that you guys are sharing these. So just think about some of those rooted. And then as you write them down, I want you to literally think about think about it reasonably. So like my dad's saying that people with money can be, I wrote down, I feel so bad saying it was an expletive because I wrote down exactly what he said. But I want to tell you that people that don't have money can be jerks too. All kinds of people can be jerks. It's just the nature of people being sinful creatures. We can all be jerks. The qualifier that they had money or didn't make them a jerk or not make them a jerk. So I wanted to tell you that I went through every statement and said, like, do I now, as an adult who's lived some life, had some experience, watched the most successful people that I admire continue soaring and soaring? Is it a reasonable statement? Do I need to reprogram that? We're not going to do any reprogramming tonight, but I just want to start this exercise with you. If you want to do deeper work with it, there's such good resources. Start with Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, or write me personally and ask me for other things, because there's a book, we did it as a team, The Manifestation Babe, How to Manifest $1,000 in 30 Days. Another life changer. I know, Lauren, you and I have it handy here. The Magic, literally have it right here holding up my computer. The Magic is another book that I am obsessed with. And I think it's an awesome book. So that's the first thing that I wanted you to write down. Now, the second thing that I want you to talk about is the reasons. Okay, you're going to have money, and I want you to write down an amount of money that would change your life if you were earning it in Isagenix per month. I want you to write it down, and I want you to circle it. What's an amount of money? I want to tell you, while you're doing that, I'm on a huge manifestation kick. And I want to tell you that this summer, I have been manifesting like crazy. I've been urging my kids to join me in manifesting. Guys, I have been chopping vegetables in a new beach house like you wouldn't believe. I have had charcuterie trays. I have welcomed company. I've seen so many of you. I've been waving at you from my theoretical deck in my manifestation. And there's 2 homes that I've been like manifesting and thinking, these are 2 homes that I'd love. In fact, I made McKenna, our photographer for our celebration in New Jersey, take a picture in front of one of the houses. But guys, it looks really likely that the house that we're going to end up with is so much nicer than I could have ever imagined. I mean, it's 10 times nicer than anything that I was envisioning. So I'm on this huge manifestation kick to think when I was manifesting the charcuterie boards that I was putting out and welcoming all of you to the Team Win celebration next year, or another just celebration at this house, I was never truly imagining, like it never really was like, oh my gosh, this is such a fun exercise. Can this really happen? And guys, I just want to tell you, I believe it more than ever. And so as you wrote that number down, that life-changing number, I want you to just think about receiving it. I want you to think about seeing a back office, an email from Isagenix that has that number on it. Cumulative, look in your back office, see the compensation. I want you to see it and I want you to feel the emotion. And I want you to write down some of the feelings that come up. What does it feel like? Does it feel like freeing, amazing, mind-blowing, jaw-dropping, ecstatic? What are the feelings that you're feeling? I want you to write them down. Write down at least 3 feelings. And I want you to feel it. If it's ecstatic, I want you to feel that right now. You can conjure up a feeling of feeling ecstatic, feel joy, feel shock, feel urgency to share it with someone, to screenshot it, send it over to Lauren. Oh my gosh, Rosalind, check this out. Tanya, what? So feel that emotion. I want you to write down now. I want to do a new category. I want you to write down 5 reasons that you deserve money. Deserve money. 5 reasons. I'm going to read you some of mine just to give you some ideas. I use money to bless others. I started all of my statements. I use money or I deserve money. I use money to help others bless others. I use money to expand influence. I deserve money because I'm blessed with talents. I deserve money because I've received an incredible opportunity to show other people how they can do this. I deserve money because I'll invest it so we can grow. I deserve money because I use money too. So I want you to write down just a few of those. Stream of consciousness, you deserve money. If there's anything in you that feels like friction to say, oh my gosh, I could never feel that, that's normal. It's normal, and I want you to write it anyway. Why do you deserve money? If anybody finishes and wants to drop an I deserve money or I use money too statement in the chat, please feel free. I use money to further God's kingdom and bless others. I use money to fulfill my destiny. Woo! I love it. I absolutely love it. I deserve money because I have amazing talents that have great value. Heck yes, you do. Because all my life I have lived with a poor mindset. I use money to give abundantly. I use money to bless others with freedom. I deserve money because I want to share with my family, to travel with my family and share quality time together, time freedom. Guys, this is awesome. All right, finish that up. We're going to do the next category. This is a fun one. This is so fun. So get your dreamer on. I want to write down now 5 things. Awesome things and experiences money will add to my life. Awesome things and experiences. Lavishly gift. I'm going to read you a couple of mine as you're doing yours. Lavishly gift friends. Anonymously donate large things to people in need. Pay for college for someone else's child. Allow kids to go to college for free. Take exotic family trips, give recklessly, first class travel. Treat Doug to amazing hotels and allow him to make decisions in his future career. Is there a specific place? Awesome things and experiences money will add to my life. A VIP tour at Disney where you go to the front of the line. No lines at Disney for your kids. Do you want to treat a loved one to seeing something they've always dreamed of seeing? Do you want to drop off a car with a bow to someone to say, hey, this is for you? Something unbelievable, awesome things and experiences. Maybe do you want to just pay something off and say, see something zeroed out, come to your house. You no longer owe a thing. People are saying travel, yachts, donations, buy hospital beds, open a dance school, trips with nieces and nephews, sharing with others. Zero debt, allow my husband to work less and spend time with our family. Time. Awesome things and experiences money will add to my life. Time. How cool is that? I'm going to allow you just a couple of more minutes here. And then this one also just makes me smile so much. Do whatever I want, pay it forward to others, help those less fortunate. My future husband won't have to work himself to death, retire my husband, buy a second home. Time to be with those I love. I love it, guys. How me being wealthy will benefit others. I want you to write down 5 things. How me being wealthy, how you being wealthy, having surplus will benefit others. More generous giving, Make-A-Wish contributions, my parents, ability to relax, retire, live life with additional surplus opportunities. So many people are just talking about the joy and the peace. So if you go back to those limiting beliefs about money, I want you to just reflect on the fact that people are commenting about how money can bring joy. Money can bring peace. Money can bless other people. How me being wealthy benefits other people. I love it. People are thinking globally, helping Haiti and other countries. People who aren't as fortunate, helping give other people a leg up. Guys, this is just awesome. Doesn't it feel so good to think about how you having success also benefits other people? As we're finishing that up, thank you so much for those who are sharing. This is a statement that I wrote down here during my money exercises that I honestly think was important. You can be grateful for money without feeling any guilt. And here's what I want you to write down. I'm grateful to money because. I'm grateful to money because, and I want you to finish that statement. Why I'm grateful, and I'll just tell you what I said. I'm grateful to money because of the limitless ways money can impact people, grow ideas, and foster contribution. I'm grateful for the freedom money can bring. I'm grateful to money because. I'm going to type mine in the chat. We talked about money. We talked about what comes out of your mouth comes into your life. This is another statement I want you to write down. Money supports my happiness. Next statement. I make making money fun. I make making money fun. Money supports my happiness. Your hands are going to be a little tired because I want you to write this down. I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet. Ann White, you are a money magnet. Money flows to me with ease. All the things that I'm saying here about money, guys, I also say about opportunity, about abundance, about incredible, amazing future leaders in our business flooding into our business with ease. Amazing people get so clear, so specific. Money flows to me with ease. But tonight we're talking about money and goals specifically. And I realize this is just truly a crash course in how I believe we can all change our mindset about money, but also, just like Janelle Kelly, we can create the life that we speak about. We can bring it into existence. It truly is such a strong belief. I was mentioning to someone today, and I want to tell you guys, and I was going to do a live in our builders page about how strongly I feel about this. Have you ever noticed that people who say things like, it's always something, for them, it is always something. Have you ever noticed that? I literally have a great friend. I love her. But when I tell you that when she writes to me, it's almost always with some problem, challenge, negative thing. And she'll say things like, it's always something. And I think, not for me. I actually don't think it's always something. I think like every light turns green. We're always finding parking spots. The world's conspiring in our favor. But when I hear people that are always talking about things that are negative, I literally look at them and go, gosh, so much happens to you. Do you think there's maybe a correlation between that? Because I do. I believe that when I speak to people and they're constantly speaking great things into existence, they're the most blessed people I know. They're the people that always seem like truly things are conspiring for their win. And I want to just speak that to you so strongly in terms of Isagenix. If you write me and go, I can't find any builder, I hate even telling you these examples of what people write me and say, I can't find any builders. It's always something. I can't believe I'm just not a great leader. Oh my gosh, guys, you're hurting my ears. You're poisoning your well and mine. And I want to implore you, unless if it's coming out of your mouth, if you're writing it, if you're speaking it, goodness gracious, if you're thinking it, think about, is that what you want more of? Because what you're speaking about, I promise you, you're going to get as if you ordered it off of a menu. I truly want you to speak greatness. When you talk to people, wonder, how is Brandy Brokaw creating so much growth? When you talk to her, she's speaking it into existence. She's speaking it into her team. She's quite frankly speaking it into me. I texted her after a call we did the other day and I said, thank you for reminding me every time we talk why I love this business so much. Because she says, we are going to grow. We are growing like crazy and it's only going to get better. There are so many people. Everyone says yes. I've never seen a product that everyone says yes. People are having so much great results. People are loving it. The people are coming to us. They want to grow this business. They want to rock and roll. Now, whether that is materially what she is seeing, I can't speak for that. But what I will tell you is she has me convicted and believing. She has my energy, my attraction turned up to a 10. And guys, I truly implore you, speak to each other that way. Leave Lauren, if Lauren is your accountability partner, leave her a voice memo after this call and say, Lauren, my business is growing unbelievably, exponentially. People are flooding in. My cycles are growing at a rate I can barely keep up. While I was on that call, they were growing and growing. People were writing me. We have this incredible new builder named Jen. Jen wrote me today. She said, I don't know what's going on with Monday. Look at all these messages that I'm getting. And honestly, that kind of excitement and enthusiasm fired me up. I was like, Jen, let's see what's going on with Monday. Let me pop out some prospecting messages right now. Thank you for pouring that gasoline on the fire. Guys, you have some team members that need that spoken into them. Never, ever, ever do I want to hear you complaining downline. Please don't poison your own well. Goodness gracious. If you have something to say or a complaint or you want to say something, go upline with it. It's the best advice Janie gave us, right, Lauren? We don't poison the well of your downline. If I'm ever complaining to you, you have permission to chastise me. I don't want to be complaining to my downline. It goes upline, it goes cross line, but not connected. Like if I have something to say, I might tell Lauren. And honestly, guys, here's the facts of the behind the curtain scene of a friendship that spanned almost 8 years. If I go to Lauren with some kind of negative, chastising, self-talk, self-deprecating, blah, 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 Lauren's going to be like, knock it off. You're not going to poison me and yourself. This is what you're going to do. Go write your gratitudes and call me back. If I'm whining and crying and complaining, the first one to call me out is someone who knows better. And honestly, Lauren, I pray I do the same thing for you, because that's what friends do. That's what leaders do. That's what people who want to grow together do. And that's why I can honestly say I'm watching her business skyrocket. When I talk to her, when she talks to Cal, when she talks to Kathy Cooper, when she talks to people on her team, when she talks to Renee Schreibman or other crossline friends, what she's speaking into us is growth, opportunity. She's seeing a vision for this future of this company, and she's seeing it in the brightest, most incredible way. It starts here with this money mindset, guys. I want you to look at what are your beliefs about money? What's shaping you? Because I know there's a lot of people here who have so much more potential than they've activated at this time. That's the truth. There are people here who should be running circles around every one of us on this call. There's something holding you back, and maybe it's a limiting belief. Maybe we identify it. It's you think, gosh, if I start making a ton of money, will people not like me? Will people think I'm a jerk? I feel like, hey, I'll run out someday. The train will stop. Those are all things that I had believed at one time. Those can be corrected. They can be rewritten. Those are stories that you can absolutely reprogram in your own mind. And if you've done this exercise, you're starting to feel the joy. You're starting to see the blessing, the freedom, the peace. Go back, scroll through the comments, see the joy, the peace, the freedom, the excitement. See what that feels like, because that's what you having money, you having success, you creating that kind of impact. By the way, that's for yourself. Do you know what it feels like to see other people that you've influenced doing that same thing for themselves and their families? Feel the emotion around that. When people call me crying and they say, like, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. When Janelle says someone who's never cycled before cycled 3 times, and there's emotion in her voice around that, it's powerful. It's incredibly powerful. We have an opportunity here to change the trajectory of not only our families, but so many people, to create a ripple effect you won't know in your lifetime. And so I implore you to get right with money. Not only to get right with it, but every day. This is an exercise. Do you know that when you declare going to another level, people know this, the devil will come out with fire. He will come out with a sword and a stone. You will face opposition like you've never known. And that's how you know you're serious, because that's just a test to say, you for real? You for real? Are you for real? Are you going for it? What comes out of your mouth comes into your life. And I just want to ask you, will you do this exercise with me on a daily basis every morning? If you know me at all, you know that I have notebooks filled to the brim. I could literally show you notebook after notebook after notebook of me writing this every day. My kids writing it. Today, I allow myself to attract people who are, guys, I don't just tell you to do it. I do it myself because it changed my life and my business. It's still changing my business. I'm going through a reentry and I'm back in the trenches of building a business where I'm like, I have 3 people. Woo, let's go. 3 people. We're going to find 3 more people. Each of us is going to do this. And we're motivating this small group. And guys, that reentry will not be small for long. I declare it. I will tell you, I've written it down. It will not be small for long. It will be huge. It's already compounding. That's the language I'm going to use. Last thing I want to tell you is the biggest thing that this summer has really taught me. It was a podcast that someone had asked me to listen to, and it was awesome, but it was simple. And it's a simple concept that the most powerful thing that you can talk about, say, think about, starts with the words, I am. Whatever comes after I am becomes the DNA that speaks into your life and manifests into your future. I am. And I was saying things about myself that are so unflattering. And Adrienne knows I crush myself about my lack of domesticity. Like, I had a woman, if you've seen my house versus Adrienne's house, it took 5 hours to clean my house here. And it took her 5 hours to clean Adrienne's house. And I literally was like, Adrienne, I can't get out of bed. I'm too depressed of how I suck as a domestic clean. I'm not a good clean person. I'm not organized. And I was saying these terrible things about myself. And guys, I am a person who focuses on the things that really matter. I am a person who stays in my lane. I am a person who outsources things that I am not great at, and I am going to feel great about those things. I am. What are you saying about yourself that is an I am that's going to be a future predictor of what you're looking to have happen? I was saying some things to myself when I really heard this podcast and challenged myself to think about what I was saying. I was saying it to Adrian. I was saying it to Lauren. I am. What follows that matters deeply. I started changing the way I was talking to myself. I started changing the way I was talking about myself to other people. And guys, it started to change how I felt about myself. Because when I was thinking about myself, it's like being vulnerable with you guys, I was so down on myself that literally I couldn't stop thinking of it. I couldn't think of anything else but how I was letting my whole family down because I'm not making meatballs the same way that Adrian is. Like she makes meatballs from scratch, like special. She buys 3 different kinds of sausage. And I just am so impressed with that. And it just made me, it was like, hey, she can make great meatballs. It doesn't make me a loser. But I was saying that to myself. And if there's some comparison that you'd make that you're doing this in Isagenix, that you're doing it as just a friend or a leader or a mom or a spouse or whatever, I just want to just be vulnerable enough with you that it was like really compromising my happiness and my attraction. There weren't a lot of people wanting to join someone who thought that they were saying to themselves things about they're a loser, to be quite frank with you. And I want to tell you now, you are incredibly special people. There's a girl that I just did a call with and she goes, thank you so much for giving me time to take a look at this team. She's using the product. She's loving them. She shared with a couple of people, but she's ridiculous. Like she could blow this out of the water. She said, thank you so much for letting me just think about this and look at the team. What I'm seeing across this team is so unbelievable that I cannot not join this. I would be crazy because the community that's here is like nothing I've ever seen before. And so I just want to tell you, each of you, you are special. You are set apart. You are born for greatness. You are born to do this. You have everything it takes. You're perfectly equipped. Your future is like nothing you will ever imagine. It's so much better than you could even envision right now. That number that you circled, you will make that and you will double it. You will see that number and you'll laugh because it will be for a week. And I truly speak this into you right now. Do the work, envision this, speak it into being. What comes out of your mouth comes into your life. And I want to take this next level with every single one of you. I've watched Lauren do this. I've watched her do the hard work on herself. I've watched her grow. I've watched her business explode. I've watched her be the #1 choice for Isagenix, have her speak in front of all the global top achievers and be the one that got the most celebrated, unbelievable response to the things that she's been sharing. And I will tell you, she's done the work. This is doing the work. I am a money magnet. I attract it with ease, with me having money, thinking about the emotion. And I want to just implore you, do these exercises with us, do this work beside us, and let's grow together. You deserve it. You are fully, perfectly, magically, majestically, and supernaturally equipped to do this business. It has never been a better time. It has never been simpler. We've never had better product set. We've never had better leadership, the deepest depths of ridiculous leaders. I'm looking at your faces here and I'm like, we are so unbelievably blessed with the depth of the leadership. If Lauren and I went away, do you know how equipped every one of you is to lead your own teams and to lead each other? We could not be more grateful for you, but I'm challenging you right now. What we've done right now, what's gotten us to this point will not take us where we deserve to take this team. It is time to 10x what we think about ourselves, what we think about each other, and the kind of impact that we're ready to have on other people. Guys, have the best night. Thank you so much. If you need anything at all in terms of resources, let me know. It's one of my favorite topics to talk about. And I honor every one of you, and I especially honor you, Lauren. You've helped me so much in this area, and I appreciate you. Have a great night, everybody.